Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. Anchor gives you everything you need in one place for free, which you can use right from your phone or computer. Creation tools allows you to record and edit your broadcast so it sounds great. And they even distribute your broadcast for you so that it can be heard everywhere. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. So make sure you download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Hello, KJ. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. So let's get started here. Of why don't you tell us and then our viewers, um, everything that has been going on with you? You're about to graduate, so and then why don't you tell us all about it? All that good news.
Absolutely. So yeah, man. I am about to graduate here in about, I guess it's 2 weeks. I think Saturday it'll be officially 2 weeks away. On May 15th, with my Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology, and it's really like, I wouldn't say double major, but it's the Kinesiology-Teacher education degree, and so I will be graduating with that. And shortly, after that, I will begin working. And last week, something monumental happened for me in my career. I officially was voted in by the school board at Chilton ISD, the school in which I graduated from, to be their new high school science teacher, be a new high school science teacher, and a coach. So more than likely, I'll be coaching football, basketball, and track. But I was voted in by the school board, and all that's left is for me to sign my contract and get started. And so, right now, currently, I am finishing school. I am in the Texas Teachers Alternative Certification Program, which I will have finished by August and have my 1 year intern certificate. And then after that year, we'll have my standard certificate upon completion of my pedagogy and professional responsibilities exam. And so I am excited about that. I am looking forward to that, to be 21 years old, a Black man teaching a STEM subject, and in the state of Texas, a STAR testing subject. It is monumental. And so, I think I'm the youngest teacher that district has ever hired. I know I will be the
Wow.
youngest staff and faculty member. Um, and so, me being 21 years old, and have this much trust from the administration at Chilton and the athletic department at Chilton, really speaks to me, and it gives me the confidence to go in headstrong, ready to make an impact in the lives of my students and everything of that sort. So not only will I be a ninth grade biology teacher, but I will also be a seventh grade science teacher. So the way our school is set up, it is a 6 through 12 building. Of course, it's two separate
Mhm.
schools, junior high and high school, but it is a 6 through 12 building. And so I will be
Mhm.
teaching seventh grade science and ninth grade biology. So I get to kind of get the best of both worlds, teaching middle school and high school, and coaching middle school and high school, all in one place. So I'm grateful for that. Excited for that. I can't wait for that. My, my people know how excited I am to go back to where it all started, my old stomping grounds, and where I graduated to make an impact just 3 short years ago. Um, 3 years ago, I was a senior at that school, and now 3 years later, I'll be a staff member at that school. And so I'm excited about
Wow.
that. I am super excited. I am grateful. When they called me and offered me the position, and when I went in to talk to our principal, she was like, "We're excited to have you." And I'm like, I'm just excited to be here. just to get started. And I have a lot of ideas, a lot of plans, a lot of things that I want to do. And so, other than that, I am excited. Just I've been talking
Yeah.
about becoming an educator, and now I am one. Officially, the
Yeah.
board voted on me, and so when the board votes you in, it's a pretty it's a pretty it's a pretty real experience. And so I got a call at 11 o'clock at night last Wednesday. Like I think it was like 11:30. Superintendent, who was my dad, he called me. He was like, "Well, welcome to the family." Man, I was in the bed. I was in the bed, and I was like, I rose up. I don't think I slept that night, just because I was excited. And so I'm looking forward to it, man. I really am.
Yes, yes, and we are so happy for you. So yes, congrats, congrats. Andrew, you have anything?
No. God. Congrats, KJ. A teacher in the making. Yes, let's make it happen.
Yeah.
You know, we, you know, coaching basketball and doing science and going back to your stomping ground. So you already know the procedures. You already know the rules. You kind of got a
Mhm.
little bit of head start, so you know
Yeah.
what to expect. Um, so I think that's a great idea of going back to your school because you already know what it's like of your
Absolutely.
school.
And the
Um,
thing, and the and the thing about that too, and what makes it more special to me, is the fact that I'll be not only teaching in a classroom I once sat in as a student. I know exactly which classrooms they're gonna give me, and just knowing just how the school is set, I know exactly which classroom they're gonna give me. And coaching on a field, a court, and track that I once competed on for so many years, um, and just going back to that area and seeing not only seeing the growth between when I left and where it is now, and just to see how much more it can grow in the
Yeah.
mhm.
and so when I was talking to a couple of the teachers, they were like, "We do need some young energy around here. We need some young energy on the coaching staff." A lot of those coaches coached me when I was an athlete. A lot of those teachers taught me when I was a teacher. That was just 3 short years ago, and they said, we need that young energy and pop in here. And so I said,
Mhm.
well, hopefully, prayerfully, I can bring the young energy and pop. And so, I'm just excited. I'm just excited.
Yes. So
So if you
how?
don't mind me,
No, go ahead, Andrew. Go ahead.
if you don't mind me asking, what plans do you have in place?
Absolutely. So I have two classes. I'll have the seventh grade science class, which is not a testing subject for the seventh grade. So I can have a lot of wiggle room for that. And so what I was thinking about that is I wanted to do like a capstone project that we worked on the whole school year that puts together at the end of the semester. I wanted to do it like a defense of a dissertation style. At the beginning of the semester, students choose a topic that they want to research, and their own,
Hmm.
of course, I'll give throughout the year, I'll give class time to work on that topic and that research. But at the end of the year, their final exam will be, first of all, their semester exam in the first semester will be like a rough draft of it. And like at the end
Mhm.
of the year, the final exam will be, you have to stand up and present it for at least 10 minutes in our class. And we're going to block out a week for that, for all my kids to present. Why, if it's a topic like, on why we should use solar energy instead of, you know, wind energy, I don't know. They have to give me both sides of the argument. They have to come to a conclusion and defend that in their
Yeah.
side of it. Something like that. I watched that on an observation video that I had last semester, and I thought it was a pretty good idea. So I wanted to do something like that, like a capstone project. And for my biology classes, I learned a lot of new instructional strategies that have proven and shown research uh, proven by research that have been effective in improving student comprehension, student vocabulary, and reading across any content area. And so, like, I can't wait to use those. You know, of course, it is a STAR testing subject. I have to kind of limit how much, I don't want to say creative things I do, because how much extra that I do, because I want to make sure that I'm teaching the content at the end of the day. But I want to make learning fun. I want to make science fun. My science teachers throughout my career and my upbringing made science fun. And that's the reason why I love it so much. And so I want to do the same thing for my kids. You know, I don't want to be just another coach who has a subject and is teaching a subject because he's a coach. No, I'm a teacher, and then I'm a coach. I don't know how long I'm a coach. I'm probably not a coach that long. Maybe I'll get my master's degree moving up to administration. I don't know how many years I'm a coach. But, you know, I want to make learning fun. I want to make sure these students know the content and make them want to come to my class. And so, you know, the capstone project has been on my mind, and the different instructional strategies, which can be used not only, you know, uh, in assignment context, but, you know, like while they're taking notes in their interactive journals, you know, stuff like that. I want to use stuff like that, and and just, you know, of course, this year will be my guinea pig year because it is my first year. But, you know, hey, you know, hopefully all works well, and so, you know, we're gonna see. And I have so many ideas still noted and ready to go. Um, but those are like the two main things that I've been really kind of thinking heavily about within these classes.
So I do have a question though.
Absolutely.
What if what if the student is not comfortable sharing their presentation out with their class? Can they like share it to you privately after
Yeah,
school or something
a-
like that?
absolutely. And I would even say go ahead and video it and send it in to me.
Okay.
Uh, you know, but a part of me making them present in the front of the class is because by the end of the year, you know, they should be kind of well acclimated to their class. Uh, but you know, I want them to develop those social skills and those public speaking skills out. You know, one thing that I did not have coming out of high school was the public speaking skills. That is something that I had to kind of develop in college. You know, I took my first semester. I took public speaking, so you know that kind of made me have to like public speaking. And now look, I'm a whole preacher out here, and so like you know, it's one of those things like I want them to develop those skills and to learn how to be confident in themselves. It's not a thing where I'm going to sit there and like grade their every word, but I just want to see, you know, how well they can put together an argument, how well have they learned the content, how well. This is a performance-based assessment. You know, this is not summative where you take a test and you get a grade and that's a number. No, this is performance-based. How well do you know the content put together in a situation type scenario? And so, you know, but if they're not comfortable with sharing with the class, oh, by all means, we're gonna video it and then you're gonna send it in to me, and then I'm gonna grade it like that. Because you know, at the end of the day, I want to do what's comfortable and what's best for my students. But I still got to know that you know that you have learned the content. I still have to assess you in that manner, and so that's another thing.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
So with me, I want to know this, with your school that you would be teaching at, like how are y'all guys dealing with COVID? Are you guys hybrid? Are y'all doing it at the school, and we'll be doing it into the fall?
They are in school actually. You know, we're in Texas. You know, apparently, you know, Texas. We've been in school all school year. This has been a normal year for us, and so you know there has been one shutdown. I think last this past school year. It was like early in the first semester. Like I want to say during September. But they've been dealing with it well. You know, most of the teachers there are fully vaccinated. You know, I remember last time I went, my dad, superintendent, he was walking around taking surveys of who all was vaccinated, who all was not. I'm fully vaccinated, so I'm ready to jump in. A lot of those kids are fully vaccinated. I don't know about the kids, but we're just taking the necessary precautions. We still got the little plexiglasses up. We still have social distancing in place. I think they're gonna end up moving to like a block schedule, so we have less traffic. And matter of fact, sixth grade in that building moved to more of a self-contained rather than a passing period grade, so that we can not only reduce traffic, but a lot of those kids don't develop the skills coming from elementary to the other building, with the passing periods and the multiple teachers. And so that's they're kind of killing two birds with one stone there. But with COVID, um, those administrators over there, I guess I call them the COVID police, because they don't play about it. They keep their mask on. They're vaccinated. They make sure the kids aren't all up breathing on each other. Stuff of that sort. And they have aides specifically to assist in that. And then each teacher in their room has one of those sanitizer fogger deals. So at the end of either each, I know my mom does it during her conference periods, which each teacher gets 2 conference periods, and at the end of the day. Matter of fact, last time I was home, she made me do it for her. So yeah, and so they're taking the necessary risks. I hadn't heard much about COVID from that area, so seems like they're doing a pretty good job. And I'm not worried about it. Of course, I'm going to keep my mask on. I'm fully vaccinated. I'm going to keep my distance. But at the end of the day, these kids are in school. They don't know the words hybrid or remote learning anymore. That's so 2020 to them. They found a way to do school and be safe with it. And so that's the one thing that I can say about that school district. They have successfully adapted to those procedures and put those kids on a routine to where they can be safe and they can keep the staff safe as well.
Right.
Okay. So I'm about to be a substitute teacher. Well, I'm about to start subbing soon this week. Do you have any advice for me as I about to start subbing?
And absolutely, a wise man once told me when I first started coaching basketball. When I took my first coaching job, he said, "Go in there like you've been doing it for 10 years." He was like, "Don't go in there all timid. Don't go in there shy. Don't go in. You're gonna be nervous. You are gonna be nervous, but don't display that. Don't let nobody know that you're nervous. You know, and that eventually builds your confidence as well. Go in there like you've been teaching for 15 years, Andrew. Don't go in there, hey guys, I hope that you like me. No, go in there, and be yourself, be who you are, stay true to your culture, stay true to who you are. And those kids can recognize your authenticity if you just be you and you're confident with it. I remember my ninth grade year. It was second period. I had a coach. Her name was Coach Cartwright. She was 4'11", black, fresh out of college. One of my favorite coaches to this day. First 5 minutes of class, we walked in the class all being loud. She said, "Shut up! I don't want to hear y'all talking." And we shut up and stopped talking. It's because she didn't want to hear us talking. And from that day, she has had all of our respect because she went in there. She was confident and she did what she had to do, and that's what made her so successful at her job. And so, for first year teachers, even though I'm a first year teacher, I'm gonna be a first year teacher. I observe the different attributes and just kind of, tell people what I know based off what I've seen. And so, Andrew, I would just say to you, be yourself, stay true to yourself, don't conform to anything else, and go in there, act like you've been doing it for 15 years, because that not only builds your confidence, but it earns you your stripes in that field.
Okay.
With me, I want to leave this off here because we had this conversation, me answering coach, um, about what's been really going on around the world with the recent killings of
Yeah.
black men, and with what are your thoughts of all of that, and then the verdict of George Floyd? What did you think of that?
Um, you know, justice was served, but justice is I guess you could say, the minimum.
Mm,
And, we want justice, but we also want change. And
right.
it just seemed like after the guilty verdict on all three counts, boom, just like that, I think 2 or 3 more police killings happened. And it's just saddening. Of course, the one that misrecognized, quote unquote, misrecognized the taser and a gun. There was a little girl, I forgot her name that quick. Lord have mercy, I might get talked about for this. But there was another one even yesterday where the cop was executing a search warrant. It was somewhere in North Carolina. The cop was executing the search warrant, and as the
Yeah.
dude drove away, the cops fired at him, and he died from a gunshot wound in the back of the head. And so that's 3 within the past couple weeks with the guilty verdict. And so, as a black man in this society, in this culture, I'm not surprised because, that, it's what it's literally the norm now.
Mm,
Instead of, the question has gone from when's it going to stop to, oh God, when's the next one?
yeah.
And I hate that I have to say that, but it's so true. And so, I'm disappointed. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. I travel the highway every weekend to go officiate basketball. Matter of fact, I just got back Sunday. I got to go back Friday. Not even 7 days. And I'm afraid. You know, I tend to, float my truck a little bit. I don't, those cops don't know that, that's my truck that I paid for. They're gonna automatically assume that, he's a black man in a nice truck like this. How'd he get it? And so, you know, my biggest fear is getting told to step out my vehicle because I don't know what's going to happen next. And so, I'm afraid, I'm nervous, um, but with the guilty verdict gives me a little bit of hope because it kind of shows accountability, kind of
Hmm.
holds us accountable. And so, I know, of course, I know that all police officers aren't bad, but
Right.
it just shows that you know there's some of them out there that's motives aren't where you know doesn't align with what a police officer should be. And so, I lay awake thinking about this sometimes because I'm 21 years old. I travel a
Mm,
lot. Am I going to come? Am I going to make? Uh, am I going to make it home? But at the end of the day, my faith tells me, you'll be fine. You know, if something ever happens, all your main goal is just to make it home. You're not there to argue with the officer. You're not there to, pick a fight with him. Not there to plead your case. You're just there to make it home. Take the ticket and go home. Fight it in court. But take the ticket, make it home. If he tells you to put his hands on the steering wheel, put your hands on the steering wheel. You gotta reach for your license. Say, hey, I'm gonna reach for my license with my right hand. You reach for your right license. And so, just make it home. That's all I have to say
yeah.
really about it.
Yeah. Yeah. So we want to thank you, KJ, for coming back and sharing what has been going on in your life. So you keep on coming back and sharing, and we would like to keep us updated on your
Absolutely.
first year. Please do.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Y'all got my social media. Y'all know I will be posting a lot. Here, my fault. I accidentally muted my mic. Here in about a couple weeks, when my athletic director kind of gives me the final, what I'm going to be doing, and when I make it home, when I can get back to Waco in about not this coming weekend, but next weekend, um, something will be posted about me taking that job and me, doing what I do. And then from there, it's gonna be ready to go. I'll be teaching summer school. I'll be coaching summer workouts. I'll keep my people updated just because, this is literally my, this is not my dream job, but this is
Yeah.
my dream job. It's not my dream job, but it is my dream job because I'm
Mhm.
doing what I love. And when you do what you love, it's always your dream job. And so I'm gonna keep y'all updated. Y'all pray for me. I've been kind of worried about if the students are gonna, respond because I'm kind of crazy and goofy. So are they gonna kind of like, look at me crazy, or are they gonna match my goofiness? Hopefully they match my goofiness because then we'll have a good time. But like, yeah.
Right.
But I'm excited, man, and I will definitely keep you all posted on everything that goes on.
Yes, yes. So we will chat with you very soon, KJ. So you take care of yourself.
Absolutely, y'all do the same.